we are going to discuss what multidimensional communication is and how can one communicate multidimensionally. Multidimensional communication is communication with any consciousness that exists outside of your current perceptual range and ability. For most humans, the type of communication exists as communicating with any consciousness outside of speech, physical gestures, or any other type of communication one can see, observe, and act on. Multidimensional communication is any communication that can traverse or travel past multiple dimensions. An example of this would be your intuition. Most do not realize that their innate intuition is a communication from their soul or higher self or eternal self. The soul resides mostly in the second density or fourth, fifth, and sixth dimensions. When one is walking and the sidewalk splits, in one direction is a very nice park, where in the other direction there is an abandoned hospital with old, leftover dangerous construction tools and obstacles that could cause an accident and or also delay your walk significantly, and you need to get home. In that immediate instant, when looking, one gets a knowing or instant feeling that the path toward the abandoned hospital just feels wrong or off, even if one were to eliminate logic. That feeling one gets in any situation which one identifies as intuition is a multidimensional message and or communication from one's soul or higher self or eternal self. This can manifest as an instant feeling or an instant knowing without having to think, analyze, or decide. Typically, these types of communications run better when the mind is at rest or not engaged in any thinking or thoughtful activity. The egoic mind exists in the third dimension. Thus, it does not serve a person who wants to receive a message or a clear sign in regards to a serious question or decision that one has on their mind or needs to make. The instant knowing that one feels from their soul or higher self or eternal self is a form of multidimensional communication called direct cognition. This is one of the strongest, most accurate, and clearest ways to communicate multi-dimensionally. The reason for this is because these types of communications are usually always from the individual's higher self or eternal self or soul from within. When one is in communication with their higher self or eternal self or soul, it is coming from within, and there is not really much of anything that can interfere with this communication. Most of these communications are done through standing waves or through vibrations and electromagnetic waves or vibrations that can be translated. The other types of communications are telepathy, clairaudio, clairsentience, and clairvisual. The telepathy is done similar to direct cognition, but the message is coming from a being or entity or consciousness outside of the individual. And clairsentience is a multidimensional way one can feel the vibrations, message, or communication through their feel-see senses. This is a very accurate method as well. Lastly, a subset of the previous is clairvisual. This works on the same premise and also can work with telepathy, where instead of feeling the vibrations, one is transmitted an image or translates the message using a visual image, which is received in a direct cognition format. This is multidimensional communication in its multiple formats.